We have started to record the most recent session of SPCH 1113, Introduction to Public Speaking, for the first summer session. It is Thursday, May 30th, 2024. A reminder that we will be meeting tomorrow, Friday the 31st, to make up for the Memorial Day holiday. Today is going to be Introduction to the Course Part 2. Don't worry about putting together any speeches right now. Go ahead and enjoy the weekend. We'll be taking all of next week for practice and preparation for your demonstrative speeches. With the number of people in this class, you have one full week until the end of the day, Thursday of next week, to prepare. But don't worry about that for right now. Today, I want to reinforce what we were discussing yesterday with Introduction to Course Part 1, and also take a look at materials that are going to help you not only from the course itinerary. Time management is really important here, as well as going back to the syllabus. There are a couple of other areas we will look at, but first of all, let's examine the announcements area. Going back, you'll notice that when I click on this, it's going to be changed every week. But right now, again, if you haven't had the chance to do so, if you're still getting into the course for the first time, and according to my records, I can check everyone in the course other than one person accessed Blackboard Ultra yesterday. So for my other person, remember that first you go to the instructor video that is posted in the course overview course tour section, letting you know what's going to take place. The month, as you're well aware, will go by very quickly. And then second, watch each of the videos. I'm always recording these sometime around 11 a.m. or 12 noon on each day. So everything is going to be fresh and up to the moment. Each session is recorded and posted on the same day, no longer than 1 p.m. Check in to acquaint yourself and watch the videos as often as possible. I'd indicated yesterday that repetition is a big part of this. I also indicated when you watch session 1 that watching all of the videos that we do not see, there may be something in a take that you don't like, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Loom, whether it's on Microsoft SharePoint. All of those we'll be getting into tomorrow. Loom a little bit today in our 30 minutes. But I think watching all of the archives, watching stuff that you don't ever make certain that people in the class are going to see, it's still something that you can learn from. And it is an element that I pay attention to as well, because that self-analysis, the self-awareness, the positive constructive criticism, not negative, because 95% of what I might do today is going to be pretty good in my own eyes. The other 5% or less doesn't necessarily mean that the class is not effective. How can I improve in terms of my content, my delivery, my visuals? And the same elements are going to be part of your overall improvement once you leave the course and as you're taking all of the analysis that I give you, first of all, for demonstrative speeches next week. It's a brick by brick process. The more that you practice, the better off you'll be. Everyone's style, obviously, is going to be different, but that's what is the nice element of this course. Let's go back to content. There are so many places here. Again, I'm in the student preview mode, so I'm looking at it the same way that you are. The welcome and the instructor information that we've gone through. The course overview and tour with the video. The communication and interaction policy, and I'll talk about this with the syllabus, but primarily, if you ever need to communicate with me, do not do it through Blackboard Ultra. Do it through my Southern Arkansas University email address, and that is where you're going to be sending your assignments. The minimum required technology and skills, all of that we addressed. The self-introduction discussion, which right now is empty. Participation is optional. This is a space where students can introduce themselves. What are your goals in taking the course? How do you wish to be viewed as a public speaker? But again, you don't have to participate, but it's there for your own benefit. The module overview, keeping in mind, and I will make this slightly bigger today, where week 1 is an introduction to the course, which is what we'll be doing tomorrow with the checklist, which is informal. Week 2, demonstrative speech preparation and delivery. Week 3, informative speech preparation and delivery. Then we get into the persuasive speech, the wildcard speech during the last week, and of course, taking a look at your self-evaluation speech critique. But that's the module overview. Then we move on. University resources and student support is quite extensive. Instructor information, a link to my website, my YouTube channel, and my business card. When you click on this link, and I'm going to go to it in just a moment. When you click on the link to my website, if you scroll down all the way, this is what you're going to see. I try to, in real time, chronicle as much data, which is going to help students taking a course at the time for Introduction to Public Speaking or the future. All of these open in separate windows. There's another link to the syllabus, another link to the checklist, course examples from years gone by. Those are on YouTube, primarily during the pandemic. So those are from the spring of 2020. The course itinerary, we are now at 2 of 19 for the first summer session. The course speech schedule has not been updated yet. That actually goes back to last year. Because of the number of people in this course, and because we're doing it a little bit differently on Blackboard Ultra, we may not be able to, in the way that we have in the past, show speeches in their entirety. If you take a deep dive into my YouTube channel, you'll notice that not only have I recorded all of our sessions in summer 1 of 2023 and summer 1 of 2022, but I was using something called Blackboard Collaborate, which to me was much more user-friendly than video platforms that are available for free that faculty can use. That's why I am using Loom. Within this window, at my website, we'll be looking at this next week. All different types of demonstrative speeches. We have outlines. We have outlines with audio because some people do not have working webcams, so they have to record them with audio. I have some of these that are actually on video, such as what you see right here and here. I strongly encourage you to do a deep dive into all of these. Then we get into projects that are no longer done in this class, group discussions followed by informative speech outlines. Most of these are outlines from face-to-face courses in Overstreet Hall during the fall or spring semesters. Representative examples of how you can be a quality storyteller, but most importantly, how you can take any data. That's from a student who graduated in the past year. She took her television and used it as a monitor, recorded this on YouTube with her cell phone, uploaded it to her YouTube channel. Whatever works best for you. Again, we'll be looking at this next week in terms of the format that works best regarding videos and sending them to me. Now we're looking at persuasive speeches, outlines, audio, video, And I wanted to take some time to go through this primarily because oftentimes ideas, even in an era of artificial intelligence, can be somewhat challenging. What can I do for a demonstrative or an informative or a persuasive or wildcard presentation? As you can see, now as we continue to scroll down, not only do I take my lectures and post them on YouTube, but I also put them on my website. Quite extensive. And then I will go a little bit faster in scrolling back up. Lots of different concepts that ideally are going to help you with ideas for all of your speeches. Now let's go back to Blackboard Ultra. I always pause a little bit to make certain that what you see is what I see. Back in the student preview mode, there's a link to my YouTube channel and my business card. Instructor videos posted daily. Now when I click on this, you'll see Introduction to Course Part 1, and it should open in this window. And there it is. I'm not going to play the audio, but you can see that it's readily available for everyone to watch. Always under 30 minutes. And I'll try to stick to that during the first summer session, but session 2 will be directly underneath. Previous examples, all links to YouTube, going back for the past few years, representing what people have done for a demonstrative speech. And a demonstrative speech is a how-to. Current examples. Now, what I'm going to do with this class is to take everything that you've done and provide the links right here. Notice, let me open this again. So it will be demonstrative speech, whatever the topic is, and then your name. And I'll probably take next weekend to post all of them. But as I'd indicated a moment ago, I will give you all of next week to prepare. As long as I have your demonstrative speeches no later than the end of the day, Thursday of next week, our first full week of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday classes only, you'll be fine. Again, no rush. Get the hang of Blackboard Ultra. Look at my website. Let me scroll back to the top. So right here there's the module overview, the instructor information, which is what I want. Instructor information, a link to the website and my YouTube channel. That's what you would really need to know. And then when you scroll back down and you find the syllabus, which is where I'm going to spend some time today, open this back up in a moment. Here's the itinerary, making it slightly larger than yesterday. Like you, I watch all of my videos, and I noticed whenever I was watching this on Loom and on my YouTube channel that if I made the graphics just a little bit bigger, they were more easily readable. Tomorrow, effective content, delivery, and visuals, and then demonstrative speech, research, and topic selection, Monday and Tuesday. I might experiment with playing some previous videos in this class Wednesday and Thursday. If any of you have your demonstrative speeches completed, I will also experiment by playing some of them in class. I can't clear my throat the same way that I did on Blackboard Collaborate, where it would be full screen. There's no delicate way of doing it. But that's what's going to be taking place next week. Research and topic selection, Monday and Tuesday. I have demonstrative speech day 1 and day 2 on Wednesday and Thursday of next week, but let's play it by ear. Take your time in putting all of your presentations together. With that in mind, let's go to the actual syllabus itself. And as I've been doing with everything else, making it slightly bigger. As you can see, my SAU email address is the best way to contact me. The learning goals, the course content from the course. You're going to learn the value and effectiveness of communication, give and accept criticism, establish confidence in one's convictions, and practice clear, concise oral communication. No textbook. In terms of class attendance, I was mentioning at the outset, I can check on Blackboard Ultra to see who's been on the website. For everyone who was enrolled in the course, only one person had not gotten on the website as of yesterday. That's not unusual early on, but my attendance policy, and this is where the class participation comes in, make certain that you're checking the website every day and watching the videos. On this platform, I can see who logged in and at what time. It's not that I am being a hall monitor, but it's really important that you watch all of these videos, you pay attention to the links, and start early on to visualize how you can become an effective public speaker. That's why proper time management, as you can see from the highlighted material, is essential to success in researching and writing course assignments. We have 100 points available in the course on the 90, 80, 70 point scale. I showed you yesterday, and you've already seen it, a link to my website, scrolling down all the way, finding Introduction to Public Speaking, and just scrolling through with examples that open in separate windows of, in this case, demonstrative speech topics. There is my email address. Let me focus on extemporaneous speaking for just a moment. The way in which you're going to be communicating is extemporaneous. You're not going to be reading to us to a great extent. The notes that you provide, the images that you provide on your slides, whether it's Microsoft PowerPoint or Canva or Google Slides, are all going to serve as jumping off points to communicate with the audience. That's why practice is so essential. That's why in all of your cases, you'll probably record 4 or 5 takes. In my case, 30 minutes or less. Will it bother me whenever I watch this? Will I be waiting for myself to clear my throat? Yes, but there's really nothing I can do about it. So I just try to hold it back, keep on going, get to roughly about 30 minutes, post the video, watch it, and think, in my estimation, for session 2, Introduction to Course, part 2, am I bringing across in an extemporaneous fashion what I think is important for today? In your case, next week, the demonstrative speech, how to do something involved in a process. But extemporaneous speaking is how you go through most of your life. You're not walking around with a script saying, "How are you?" That's why directly underneath I have the element of conversational delivery. Because if you are extemporaneous, you're going to be conversational. That's the way that we are all of the time when you're talking to your friends. Now you're going to be cleaning up the grammar, cleaning up things that I'll be talking about tomorrow. What I call vocalics, Vocalics. The vocalized pauses, things that you may not be aware of. Ah, um, uh, like, you know, I mean, wanna, gonna, kinda. All of those elements, whether it be vocalics or grammar or slang, that when you're watching yourself on practice videos, you can start to clean up and have a smooth, conversational, extemporaneous delivery. And then other things, eye contact, vocalics, grammar, articulation, enunciation, all of those are important in terms of topics that we're going to address. And your student assessment, of course, is going to be from the 100 points, 20 points for each of the speeches, which I'm going to show you in depth right now. So the demonstrative speech, which we'll be talking about next week, is worth 20 points. A how-to speech, a process speech, how to do something, how to make something. It follows a logical step-by-step process. I have beginning Wednesday of next week. If any of you are ready to go, I will experiment with playing those speeches in class. If not, I'll try to show you in class, as I mentioned earlier, some materials that are on my YouTube channel. Time management is obviously important, but don't send me anything until you feel it is the best representation of that particular speech of the week. 4 to 6 minutes, anywhere in the area of 5 will be enough. I'll talk about that in a moment with Loom, and I'll go back tomorrow. Then we have the informative speech, which is a little bit more serious in nature, and that's going to begin in a couple of weeks. The persuasive speech, where you are trying to persuade us to do something, but not necessarily to the point of being self-righteous. It's not my way or the highway. You just feel strongly about something, realizing that it doesn't have to be a controversial topic. Sometimes the best persuasive speeches can be humorous, which is my rationale for taking 2 days, Monday and Tuesday of each week, to look at what works for demonstrative or informative or persuasive. The wild card speech, the last 2 days of the first summer session, are your inspiration. Is there anything in particular that you would like to talk about? Then we get to the self-evaluation speech critique, which you're going to be sending to my SAU email address in the form of a short Word document or a very nice email in a couple of paragraphs. How do you believe, with that realistic appraisal, that you have improved during the course with your content, with your delivery, and with your visuals? All of that is very important. And then class participation, being able to go in on a regular basis to Blackboard Ultra that I can see, watching the videos, going to my website, going to my YouTube channel, and trying to visualize all of these different topics for demonstrating, focusing on that first and foremost. What do I find of interest? What would I like to talk about? How can I formulate my slides in a manner that's going to bring forth my best effort in, as Professor Reppert was talking about, being spontaneous, likable, thoughtful, knowledgeable, conversational, and extemporaneous? All of that matters for a total of 100 points. And there's the actual bottom of the syllabus, but that's what we will focus on right now, all of these projects. In our last couple of minutes today, and like I said yesterday, I'm really going to try to focus on being at 30 minutes or less. How can you incorporate your face into slides. This is what I use. Students can get this for free with a free subscription to Loom, Loom. You have to have your speeches at 5 minutes or less, which in my class is fine. But this is what I use. I have a paid subscription, so my videos can be as long as I want. Let me show you this platform. It is called Loom, Loom. You don't have to use this, but this is what I do for the course overview. And then I was experimenting. That's not going to be seen. This is what I did yesterday. When I was done with that particular video, I downloaded it to my personal computer, uploaded it to Blackboard Ultra, but also uploaded it to my YouTube channel. So this is what I use. When you click on Loom right here, it's going to look a little bit different. As you can see, let me go to my YouTube channel instead. We're still experimenting with the technology. I should not update that in real time because, as you can see, I'm right now roughly at about 26 minutes according to Loom. This is what my YouTube channel looks like after adding the course overview, which is available on Blackboard Ultra, and the first session from yesterday. I'm going to be adding session 2 very shortly. If I want to go to this particular area with the playlist, it opens, and if I want to scroll down all the way, and I'll do it a little bit faster today than I did yesterday, you're going to see in real time Summer 1, 2024 material. I strongly encourage you to look at all of the links that I have provided on Blackboard Ultra. And as I'd indicated before, just try to visualize success in your mind for a particular speech on a particular week. But I'm going to go down here all the way past 2022 and 2023 during the summer, course overview, and what we did yesterday for session 1. Watch all of these videos in their entirety because they're really going to help you a lot. We're going to wrap up for the day by returning to Blackboard Ultra. Remember, when you're at this location, go down here to course videos. Part 2 of the introduction will be right there. So we're right around the 30-minute mark. Friday, we will have class, and we're going to be focusing on the checklist, the SAU speech critique. I will be going into this in quite a bit of detail, how you can improve with content, delivery, and visuals. But that's going to wrap up our class session for today. I look forward to working with you tomorrow for session 3. And that concludes the recording session for today.